have a really cool interview opportunity with the CEO of Legion M. This is if I can understand correctly, it is a fan crowdfunding that they are able to get stocks, production company. I think I messed that up, but
pretty much. Let me give it a try. So
How do you do it?
So we are the world's first fan-owned entertainment company. And so we are literally, from day one, we are owned by fans. And not just like we're fans as the co-founders, but our community. We're owned by a community. And it's kind of like crowdfunding, but it's with equity, like real equity. So a lot of people don't realize that up until 2 years ago, if you wanted to invest in your best friend's startup, you weren't legally allowed to unless you met the SEC's definition of an accredited investor. So anyway, I won't bore everyone with the details, but crowdfunding finally now legally supports equity, which is way better. You know, instead of investing $100 and getting a coffee mug and a t-shirt, you know, which is all good. Yeah, it's not horrible. We love that, actually. You know, we love Indiegogo and Kickstarter and all these things. They've been fantastic for entrepreneurs and for fans. But we feel like this is next level. And, you know, when these new rules came about, we saw a once in a lifetime opportunity to unite fans together and honestly, like, take over Hollywood, you know, and rethink this industry the way it should be. And, you know, the way we like to think about it is, imagine if everyone at Wondercon pulled their money together. Not a lot of money. You know, we're like, one thing we want to be clear about is that we don't want anyone investing their life savings, right? If you want to invest, it's $100 minimum investment,
That's really
right?
not that much.
The average is about $500. But you don't need to invest to join our movement. So you can join the Legion for free, learn what we're all about, and check us out. Check out the projects we're getting involved in. Check us out as a team. Come to our meetups, meet other shareholders, and then you can make your decision later. And you may never decide to invest, but you can still come along for the ride.
Did anybody ask what the M stood for?
Yeah. I'll tell you. Yeah. So I'm gonna put it out there, and now you will know, and so you can be in on the secret. It's not a secret, actually, but it's not something we talk about it a lot, but it's our M. If you look at our logo, it has a bar over it, which represents the Roman numeral for 1 million. Because our long-term goal with Legion M is to unite 1 million fans together. Not Wall Street investors, but fans, passionate fans of entertainment, to co-own the next great studio. And when we do that, you know, if everyone put $100 in, we'd have $100 million to invest in projects that have 1 million people emotionally and financially invested in them. So far today, after 2 years, the average investor puts about $500 in. And so if we get to that point, we'll have $500 million to invest in those projects, which we think not only makes Legion M like a player in the space, we could potentially be one of the biggest players in the space with a lot of influence.
Nice.
All right.
One of the projects that Legion M had was Colossal, which I freaking love this movie so much. Not like I love the content, but like the way the movie was made. It was such a refreshing, like, that's what the heck I've been looking for in a movie. So kind of talk about the movies that like Legion M are producing and choosing and such.
Perfect. You know, Colossal was the perfect film. It was our first investment, our first big investment.
It was the first investment.
Yeah, it was our first investment, and really it couldn't have been more perfect for us. And because in a way it's a statement for what we want to represent. It's a wildly original film, but it's also really good. And it's made many of the top 10 films of the year, including USA Today and several others. I read recently that it was on one of the best movies of the century. And so we're really proud of it, but it's not the type of movie that Hollywood would have financed.
No,
and so it's unique and fresh. And it's the other components of it that we really liked. It's an up and coming director. This was his first major feature, Nacho Vigalondo.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no, Nacho. He's done some Spanish language. He's a Spanish director, and he's I think one of the next Guillermo del Toros of our industry. And this was an opportunity for us to back him and to help give this film, this very deserving film that starred Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis, by the way, like the platform and the visibility that it deserved, which is, we partnered with Neon on that film. So we didn't single-handedly, finance it. It was a group of us that came together, and for us it was the things that it represented. A lot of the projects, if you look at what we're doing, they're things that are kind of fan-centric. This is an opportunity to get behind an up-and-coming director that deserves to be making a film like this, and also to like bring a wildly original film to market and let it be seen. And one of the things that I think was really exciting about this is all the partners that were involved. Because Legion M was involved, I think they're generous, but they are predicting that just our involvement and because of our community, we moved the needle on that film by about 20%. And we were a fraction of the size that we are today.
Then now the next project that is coming out is Bad Samaritan, which is David Tennant's like in it. It's like, how much are you upping this?
Yes.
David Tennant really wants to be a villain lately.
Oh, I'm telling you, he is so good in this. But Bad Samaritan, we're really excited about it. It's going to hit theaters May 4th. We're partnering with Dean Devlin. Dean is known for Stargate and Independence Day and all those things. And he does a lot of major, like big blockbuster films. But this is an independent film. He's got a company called Electric Entertainment. What we like about this film is that Dean is literally one of the biggest producers in Hollywood, and we're partnering with him to create a independent film that's going to be independently distributed. So we're distributing it through Electric Entertainment. It's going to go out to a fairly wide number of theaters. And it's going to be in theaters May 4th, and it's another really unique opportunity because Dean doesn't normally do film. He hasn't done films like this, and it's really a fun film. I mean, it's amazing. It's really good. And the other component that we really like is that David Tennant. This is like his first big film. He's done a lot of series, and this is a big opportunity for him.
Yeah, I mean, he did. What was that Leap Year?
Yeah, but I mean,
that was a small.
Yeah, this is
huge.
I mean, we see this in a way, and if Dean were here, what he would say is, David Tennant is a force, and he is one of the best actors out there, and somewhat, he's got a huge fan base, but Hollywood doesn't see him as like a major film movie star, and we do, and so we want to unite fans again together to get behind and help David Tennant with his film career, and that's what we're doing.
So when you're talking about like fan meetups and how much say do they have? Like how much participation do they have in towards these projects?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. It's one of the things that often people ask us, and I would say if you talk to our community, they'll tell you that they have a great deal of a voice, and the way we've set up the company from day one, we've engineered the company and built the tools so that we can allow our community to have that voice. We do a lot of meetups where we get together, but we have a lot of online polling. We have a scout program where if people are going to a film festival or a Comic-Con, they can tell us what they're seeing, what they like. It's, I would say that on that level, we've really probably over-delivered, and what we've learned from it is that this isn't something that like we're doing because we told everyone that they would have a voice and now we have to let them have a voice. We do it because it adds value to the company. If we can go to Sundance and have a couple hundred people there all watching films and rating them and giving them input, we have a whole platform for taking in that information. That makes us smarter and more have better visibility than even like A24 who goes to
take out the guesswork and they're like what the fans want.
Exactly. And this is what you hit it on the head, which is Hollywood's kind of it's always been kind of an insider game. It's very subjective. There are a few people making big decisions, and we think it's time to change. We really feel like you put some fans at the center of it, and co-owning it. It's not only good for fans, but it's good business. Because when we have a film come out and we've got a legion of fans that are ready to support it, that makes us that gives us an advantage over other projects. But likewise, when we're out looking, who's the next rising star, or what's the next, great book? We have a reading club.
Reading club?
Yes, we have a reading club. We have a reading club. We call it it's not just a book club, it's a reading club because we read scripts. And then we have we read 10 Cloverfield Lane. We are incredibly active. And, one thing that I would say is, we're so grateful for all the support. It's been amazing just how well fans, just having fans come together. A lot of people, when we were starting the company, they'd be like, wait, you want 1 million fans as investors? That sounds like a nightmare. And we're like, well, we think it's...
no, this is horrible. What is going on?
We say, no way. That's not a nightmare. It's nirvana. And, I have to say, 2 years into it, it is... absolutely, it's exceeded our expectations on every level. How supportive our community has been. When we go to Sundance, we have people come together. When we come to WonderCon, we'll have a meetup tonight after our panel. Cool. And it's just the loveliest people, and everybody is, in it for what we want to do. We want to, change the world with this company, and we feel like we can.
But is there anything that you personally would love to see Legion M produce? You're oh, I hope somebody creates this at some point.
Let me think about that.
I don't know if this may influence people.
Well,
which ideas to you?
I would like to see a really kick-ass musical, on the order of Pink Floyd, but modernized. If you watch that movie today, it's almost more relevant now than it's ever been. Yeah, and I think we have a lot of political, challenges and movements in our kind of society today. And I feel like music is one of those things that can really support and galvanize a cause and a movement and get that message out in an entertaining way that really kind of helps society.
What is your ultimate message for fans or for people who are interested in Legion?
Yeah, so, it's a great question. Legion M is kind of like a snowball, right? Mm-hmm. So, when we started it, it was just a few of us, and then we grew and we added more people. And, now with every turn, we add more and more people. And, for us, we're aiming high. We have very ambitious plans. We think that, Legion M is not just about, investing and creating a few films. We really feel it it's a community first. Mm-hmm. And that community is also a movement. It's a movement for positive change. When we band together, we can chase the sharks out of this industry. We can chase the predators out of this industry. We can give people a voice, give creators a voice, and directors that might have been overlooked. We want to be, we have a whole initiative that we call Legion M Does Good, where we want to be responsible with how this community comes together, and we can, that can mean creating value in an entertainment company, but it could also be, helping out, people that need help. That's what we are. What we like to say, we call it the immeasurable power of fans, but, it's really summarized in that, individually, we're all just fans, right? Mm-hmm. But when we band together, we have power, and we have power to, to bring a wildly original film to market, but we also have power to make change. And, this industry needs change now more than ever. And, Legion M, that's what we want to do. And so the timing is perfect for us.
This is amazing. I'm glad to support Legion M on this one. I love Colossal already. I'm pretty sure I'm going to love Bad Samaritan. And I'm going to be more afraid of David Tennant, even more now, even though I still love him as a doctor.
And Mandy might frighten you too. But
I know. I need a teddy bear. Thank you so much once again. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.